Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wedding Extravaganza 21 Very Special Experience. I'm Nancy Campana. I'm the owner of Nubo Event Planning, and we've been producing the wedding shows at the Caboto Club for 33 years. This would have been our 34th year, but of course we're doing something a little different. It was great to see all of you over the weekend picking up your gift bags, and we began rolling out the workshops last night, which has been wonderful as well. We're getting great feedback, so thank you for joining us. Tonight I have Kait Husen, the owner and operator of Revival Weight Loss. And Kait is not only an expert in weight loss, but also fitness and nutrition. So we have a lot to talk about tonight. Tell us a little bit about what Revival Weight Loss is all about and what a day is like for you seeing clients at Revival Weight Loss.
So we are a very different weight loss studio and community. We are very centered around your wellness and not so much just seeing those results physically, but internally as well. So something that sets us apart for sure is our technology, which comes from the UK and from Australia. And with our technology, you can actually lose 1 to 3 inches every session and burn 350 calories in 10 minutes. It's completely non-invasive. There's no side effects. There's no pain. And with that as well, you do nutritional coaching and meal planning. It's really exciting and kind of hard to explain. You really have to see it for yourself.
Well, everyone can see it for themselves because in their gift bags, they did receive 2 complimentary sessions. Is that correct, Kait?
Yes, that's
So
correct.
when you get those doors reopen, I expect that you're going to be getting a lot of calls from the engaged couples that received the gift bags.
Yes, we've had a few emails so far actually, so
Wonderful.
it'll be good.
It seems like during COVID-19, we've all had a little different mindset. Some of us have been faced with more stress and anxiety, and that might have meant some people lose weight when they're stressed and anxious. Other of us eat more. We've been sitting on the couch maybe a little bit more, binging on Netflix and junk food. So with that being said, how would you suggest that COVID has affected most of the clients you're seeing? And what are the biggest health benefits you can provide to get going on a new 2021 for us?
So I'm seeing a perfect mix of clients. I would say 50% were go, 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 go during COVID, staying on track because they had the time. And then the other 50%, they were at home with the kids. They were losing the accountability aspect, which we provide. So something that's really important with getting started with us is that we take the accountability aspect for you. As long as you're showing up for your sessions, as long as you're coming in and you're really giving it your all, you will see the results that you want because that's our job. We're accountable for you and we make sure that you stay on track.
What are your suggestions to change some of these cycles and new habits that unexpectedly crept up into our lives during 2020, Kait? And are there certain patterns that you're seeing people in over and over again?
Yes, there's a lot, especially this last year, a lot of, I would say, yo-yoing with people. They do well and then they don't, and then they're losing a lot of weight and then they hit a plateau and they're just kind of like they get down on themselves, which I find. And I think that this year has taken its toll on all of us in a lot of aspects, including myself. I fell off the wagon for a little bit as well because I wasn't having to go into work and see clients. So it's been a really trying year, I think, for everybody. And with that being said, even as a professional, I struggled myself for a little bit, but just acknowledging that everyone else is in the same position as you and everybody else has had trying experiences, just feel comfortable that you can come into the studio and it's a place of, you know, love and growth, and we're going to help you get to where you want to get.
So you're a certified lipo body sculpturing technician. Can you explain what body sculpturing is?
So body sculpting is actually a variety of different techniques. Ours specifically is LED lipotherapy. So we use LED pads that we place directly on the areas that you're looking to target. So let's say, for example, your stomach, and we just place those pads directly around the areas and it just heats up. So essentially, it's an LED light that's going to radiate 365 nanometers of LED underneath your skin. And it's just going to shrink your fat cells by liquefying the fat within your cells. So if you were to think about your fat cell at the beginning of a session underneath a microscope, it would look like this. And by the end, we've kind of emulsified that. So it's shrunk for all intents and purposes. Now you can refill that again if you're eating McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 365 days a year. But if you're maintaining a pretty reasonable, regime, you'll be fine. So that's our version of LED body sculpting. There are many different versions, but ours is the only non-invasive, zero side effects, completely pain-free version.
I want to come in. I'm going to be booking some appointments.
Come on in.
So every very special experience gift bag, as we mentioned, included 2 sessions. So what can our couples expect? Should they both use one session? Is it better for one person to use one session or both sessions? What would you suggest? And what does a session look like when they come in?
So we offered 2 sessions because usually it's more comfortable coming in with your partner and really experiencing this together. It's an exciting time, especially when you're really going in headstrong to take your health and fitness and be accountable for yourself. However, with that being said, if it's not something that one of you is interested in, you can give your session to the other person and they can have 2 sessions with us. When you come in, essentially how we'll start is you're just going to fill out a medical health questionnaire. It's very basic. We just want to know kind of your eating habits, your exercising habits. It's nothing too detail oriented. And then from there, you're actually going to try out everything. So you're going to be on the LED bed for 20 minutes where you're just going to relax. It feels like a hot stone massage or a heating pad, which is actually really nice, especially during this time of year in the winter months. It's freezing. So you just lay there and relax. You can read a book, you can eat your lunch if you're in on your lunch break. And then after that 20 minutes, we're going to do a 10-minute workout on our Hyper Vibe, which is a gravitational platform. So essentially how it works is if you're at the gym and you're doing a squat, your muscles contract and release twice in that one squat. But on the Hyper Vibe, because it's a gravitational platform, your muscles don't stop contracting and releasing. So you're getting 10 times the workout in 10 minutes. So that's essentially it. After that, we're going to take your measurements, which we will have done at the beginning, and then we do it again at the end. So you can see the 1 to 3 inches that you've lost during the time that you're with us, which is a 30-minute period.
And do you also give fitness and nutrition advice for couples?
Absolutely. That's part of anything that you do with us. If you're just doing session by session, if you're signing up for a package, whatever it is, nutritional coaching and meal planning is part of anything that you do with us. We work with you directly on your eating habits, what you like, what you don't like. Everybody's a little bit different. Some people are vegan, so that's obviously a different diet. And so we work with you on what you like and what you don't like, and we make you a whole plan based on that. And with that being said, I don't usually like to use the word diet because in my opinion, diets are made to fail. Essentially, it's just a lifestyle change. It's just healthy habits. And that's kind of what we do with you.
What is the best diet advice, even though, or let's say meal plan advice you can give
Okay.
couples who are getting married this year and want to reach their weight loss goal?
I would start by saying not to jump in headstrong and plan all your meals for a week and, you know, go into it to full tilt. I would take a step back and just go into it slowly. Start day by day and really, really think about why you're wanting to make this transition, because I find a lot of people when they jump into it, and they go in full force, it only lasts so long until they fall off the wagon. And obviously, we don't want that happening. So just start by making small, small changes, whether it be you're not a breakfast eater. Okay, so have some breakfast, even if it's a yogurt, even if it's a small bowl of cereal, just those small initial changes for a couple of weeks lead up to bigger results.
And what is the key to successful long-term healthy eating?
The key to success for long-term healthy eating is not giving up the things you like. So whether that's chips, chocolate, wine, beer, what have you, I do not believe in giving up things like that. I don't think it's sustainable over a long period of time. I think it's important to be mindful with when you're having it and how much you're having it. But I think that people get in their head too much that they have to go all in with healthy eating and with lifestyle changes when it comes to dieting per se, and that's when you notice a lot of people falling off because they're cutting things out that they really really enjoy. So after say 3 weeks of not having a single glass of wine, they decide to have a whole bottle because they've been missing their Friday night glass.
What are your top 3 food items that you encourage everyone to include in the daily diet? And of course, this would depend on what your specific dietary needs are. But generally, if you're not a celiac or if you're not a vegan or vegetarian, what 3 food items do you think everyone should try to include in their diet daily?
Protein, carbs, and greens, I would say. So a nice light and or heavy protein. Carbs. Carbs are important. I know a lot of us are trying to veer away from that now, but you need carbs. Carbs are where your energy comes from. So making sure you're getting a carb in for the day, making sure you're getting in a protein, making sure you're getting in your vegetables. It's basic, basic, basic. And it's something that everybody knows, but they don't usually follow through with. So just making sure you're you're getting in the same amounts every day as well. That's important. Is the key is proportion control and same amounts and not missing out on certain things on certain days.
When you say carbs, do you have a favorite carb? Because that's always a hard one, I think, when we say, carbs.
I do have a favorite carb. Mine, which you could classify as a vegetable, is sweet potato.
Oh, yes.
I use that as my carbs, but that is my favorite, and or regular potato. I mean, you can't really get me too far away from potatoes.
Okay. Um, what should a reasonable weekly weight loss goal be?
If this is something that you're doing on your own and not with us, a reasonable weekly weight loss goal is anywhere from 1 to 2 pounds. When you're with us, because of the technology we have, you are able to lose a lot more than that. So a lot of people lose anywhere from 3 to 5, sometimes 10 pounds. It also depends on how much you weigh. It depends on your fat levels and how much you can lose. But with us, it's always double what you can do on your own because we have technology that you can't get those kind of results
So
without.
I just want to let everyone know that we just have a question or 2 more that I'm going to ask Kate. So we are going to enable the chat room right now. I know you'll probably have a lot of questions for Kate, so feel free to start putting those questions in the chat section and we'll get to those in a few minutes. When would you suggest bride and groom's Kate get their final fitting before their wedding and try to maintain their weight from their last fitting to their wedding day? And I know that's always a big one. When you talk to bridal stores, I've heard many of them say to me, I had a bride, she came in for her fitting, and she based it on losing 5 more pounds, and then we had to the week before take it out again a little bit for her. So this is always a little bit of a dilemma. Brides and grooms in their suits don't want their suits hanging on them if they're still in a weight loss or fitness program. but at the same time, they want to be comfortable and not too tight as well. So what would you suggest?
My suggestion would be 15 days before your wedding. And the reason why I say that is because our results are instant. So if there is need, if you need room for improvement, if you need to lose a couple of inches still to kind of get into that dress, you can absolutely get that done within 15 days. So I would say to be proactive, 30 days or so, and then you can get a better idea of where you're at. But if push comes to shove, 15 days before your wedding, we can do a lot with 15 days. You can lose a lot of inches and you can really get to where you want to be. I actually just had a bride who just got married in September, and she was with me for 1 month before her wedding, and she lost 6.5 inches and finally was able to zip up the back of her dress, which was
Oh,
phenomenal.
that's exciting.
Yes,
Okay,
it was
we
very
have a
exciting.
whole bunch of questions that have come in. Um, what is a good detox?
What is a good detox? It depends on what you like. I mean, for myself, I like to do a plateau diet every 6 months or so, which is where you're just having white meat and you're just having greens, no dairy, no natural sugars, including fruit. And what that does is that's going to reset your metabolism and really get you back to the basics. Also, a lot of juice detoxes are super, super popular. With that being said, certain ones are better than others. So there's more about that I could go into, but I could obviously go into that later if you just send me an email.
Maybe we'll go back to that at the end if we have some time,
Yeah,
because I think, juice detoxing is something that's becoming more and more
it's
of a
super popular.
regular for a
I
lot of
highly
people.
recommend it. You just have to do it a proper way.
Yeah. And with that being said, everyone did get a $25 gift card from Pulp and Press in their bag too.
Pulp and Press is the best.
And
I
it's a
highly, highly recommend. That's
local
what I
London, Ontario. So it's one of those
get.
companies that's close. It's Canadian, and I have done their detoxes and amazing.
Yeah,
They're just
they are what I
really
would highly
pure.
recommend as a juice detox for sure. If you're not making your own, I would go with Pulp and Press. That was my number one.
When should a bride start dieting before a wedding, and if they want to lose, say, 10 to 15 pounds? So how far in advance should you start a weight and fitness program?
I would say to be reasonable, to make sure that you have enough time for your wedding to make any adjustments, 6 months. I would say, if you're doing it on your own, I would give yourself even 8 months to a year. If you're doing it with us, depending on how much you need to lose, 3 to 6 months is all you'll need.
Okay. Do you think it is possible to lose weight on a vegetarian meal plan? And do you offer meal plans?
We do offer meal plans, and it absolutely is possible to lose weight on a vegetarian meal plan because I am vegetarian. So that's a big yes from me. You absolutely can be vegetarian and lose weight. You just have to do it the right way, obviously. With that being said, I can definitely help you out with that because that's a diet I follow.
How do you beat the hunger when your body goes into the emergency mode that you aren't eating the way you are, and you're not active enough? Or
How do you beat hunger?
how do you beat
Um,
hunger?
my My recommendation is not trying to beat hunger. If you are hungry, eat. With that being said, make sure it's something healthy. I always say that it's okay to go over your protein for a day. With Revival Weight Loss, we have meal plans, things like that we do with you. And there are a certain number of things that you can eat a day. However, if you're going to go over anything, go over protein. So if you're still hungry at the end of the day, go have an egg, go make some chicken, go have some protein because you're able to digest that and get that off at a later time in the night than you are over anything else.
How often do you recommend using your weight loss technology?
2 times a week. So, 2 times a week with us for 30 minutes is all you need. Any package with us is 2 times a week. We do have an unlimited package as well, which means you can come as many times as you want a week for a certain price, which is actually fairly reasonable. It's only $5.99, and but 2 times a week is all you'll need. It's all you need. All anybody needs.
what is the gravitational platform? Is this the vibrating floor that you do your exercising on?
Yes, so that's one version of our exercise. We also have a TRX training purposes, but the hyper vibe is a gravitational platform, so it works with Earth's gravitational pull to actually contract and release your muscles for you. So I think I mentioned, if you're at the gym and you're doing a squat, you go up and down, your muscles contract and release twice in that one squat. But with us, they don't stop contracting and releasing, so you're getting 10 times the workout in little to no time. And it's also good for things like osteoporosis, arthritis, back pain, lymphatic drainage, things like that. We are registered with chiropractors, so any body pain and whatnot, we do have people that get recommended to come to us for that kind of stuff.
So with that being said, are your services covered under any healthcare plans, Kate?
Yes, we personally don't have someone that we work with. However, we do have clients that are with Green Shield or Manulife, for example, and we just send them a form for you. And I haven't had anyone who has had a problem getting it covered under their benefits thus far, as long as you're putting it under wellness. So yes, you can get covered through your insurance company, as far as we've known so far.
Perfect. How do you feel about the keto diets, paleo diets?
So this is tricky. I have to say I am not a fan of dieting in general, but I am definitely not an advocate of the keto diet. That's because it's not okay to cut things out of your diet completely. I don't believe it's sustainable over a long period of time. However, that's just my personal opinion. I have clients that have tried to do the keto diet and have tried to prove me wrong. And within 6 months to a year, they've completely fallen off the wagon and their weight comes back tenfold, because at that point, they're reintroducing things into their diet that they had to cut out because of keto for so long. But with that being said, if it works for you and if it's something that you are able to sustain over a long period of time, go for it if you're seeing the results. It's just not something that I would recommend people do. And if they do, not for a long period of time, just to get yourself to a point and then try to get yourself back to where you were.
And is it feasible, Kate, that someone can start with you? So do your weight loss program as a start and then continue on their own?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We have many people that start with us just to give themselves a kind of a pinch in the butt. And then from there, we set you up so that you can succeed on your own. I love my clients, but I don't want to see you with me in 5 years because it means I'm doing something wrong. I want to set you up so you're getting to where you want. And then from there you go. And with that being said, we always make sure you're staying on track. I still follow up with people and make sure that they're doing well. And if they need anything and if they have any questions, I'm always there. Just because you come for a short period of time doesn't mean that that relationship is closed off after you leave.
And how many glasses of water do you recommend eating a day?
Eating.
Or
6 to 8.
drinking. It's hard to get
Eating,
water.
sure. Whatever. 6 to 8 ounces of water. So if you have, say, a regular water bottle, 250 milliliters, 3 of those a day, and you're good to go.
We have the question, are you registered professional dietitian services then?
Yes.
Someone's asking. Yes, you are. Wonderful. Um, let's see. Can you share the top success story that you've had in your
Yes,
program?
actually, our top success story that just got beat in September was a lovely man. His name's Dave, but that's all I can say. He was 415 pounds. And when he finished with us, he was 223 or 32. I'd have to actually look into that. So, and if you're wondering how long that took him 8 months, which is
Wow. That's
phenomenal.
great, Kate. That's wonderful. So I'm going to make this the last question. We've had a lot of questions tonight, so thank you. But we also have 5 winners to announce. And I think this is the perfect question to lead into it. Leslie's thinking so positive, and I love that. Leslie, if I were to win the prize tonight, How many weeks or months before my wedding should I do that 1 month plan with you?
I would do it, I would say within 3 months leading up to your wedding. So whether it be the last month, whether I would not recommend the last month, you have way too much to do in the last month of your wedding, but within the last 3 months, I would do it then. That way you're fresh, you're good to go, and you're feeling good about yourself. Um, with that being said, it depends on what you're looking to achieve and how much weight you're wanting to lose. If it's a significant amount, start a little bit earlier. If it's maybe 20 pounds, 3 months.
Perfect. So we're going to spin that wheel tonight. Bye.